Planet X TV.
Hey everybody, Outback Zach here, right in Dana Point, California, USA. An absolute place to go. We're going to go and check out what's going on here. Let's find out why this place is the place to go to.
All the internet on Planet X.
My dad, Hobie Alter, and my father started building surfboards in his garage in Laguna Beach in 1950. Balsa wood boards. Walter Hoffman, who's also going to be honored here, was kind of his mentor and told him where to go buy balsa wood. And then he went on to build or come up with foam surfboards as they're built today. So formulated polyurethane foam, and was building Hobie surfboards in 1958 with foam, and then went on. And then after that, balsa was dead, and it was all about foam surfboards as it is today. And opened the first surf shop in Dana Point in 1954. Manufactured surfboards right here in Dana Point since '54. Went on to build Hobie Cats in 1968, testing the Hobie 14, which is this same boat, right down the beach at Wayne Schaefer's house on Poche Beach, and we lived down there as well. And then, went on to build the Hobie 16 and other catamarans, and not just was it the boats, but created a whole sailing lifestyle. There's people race these boats all around the world to this day, and it's a great group of people that their common theme is something sailing. It's not their work, not how much money they have, none of that. It's just out to have fun on the water.
Well, the first time I met Hobie was when we were making Big Wednesday, and Terry Martin was making some of the boards, and we came down to the factory, and that was when I first got to know him. And of course, through the years I was around here then from time Big Wednesday. I've been here ever since. And so, of course, ran into Hobie at many different social functions. But I think the thing that's most important to all of us about Hobie's legacy is that most of us have a job in the surf industry because of Hobie Alter. If it wasn't for him opening a surf shop, we might not be doing what we do today. And I think that's the most important thing to remember.
I think my favorite memories, we were lucky. We were, all of us kids were lucky. We had a toy maker as a father, so we got to play with a lot of great toys. We got to test them, play with them, ride them, surf them, sail them, ride them, everything. And we did a lot of fun stuff. We sailed in sailboat races around the world. We did other things besides sailing, rode motorcycles, and it was pretty much an action sports lifestyle that my dad allowed us to lead.
The Hobie surfboard, was one of the first boards that everybody wanted to have, and still to this day. I mean, I just saw this beautiful, for instance, Phil Edwards glider. I mean, if you don't want that board, there's something wrong with you. And so that legacy has continued to the day, and it's just great that they put this incredible statue here. I mean, there isn't a statue anywhere in the world on a Pacific highway everyone's gonna drive by and go, wow, that's Hobie Alter and the Hobie Cat and Hobie surfboards. There's nowhere in the world where it's like that.
I really enjoyed learning about Hobie Alter, a legend right here in Dana Point. More legends right after this break on Planet X TV.
Planet X TV.
Well, Hobie Alter means a lot to this community, and so the idea was brought up by all the people who know Hobie, who worked with him, who I want to say grew up with him in building his business here, and they came up with this idea to honor him because he's such a big part of this city. So went out with the idea, had to raise money, had to pitch the idea, and worked very hard to make it a reality. Got the support of all the people you saw here today, a lot of private donors, also the city, but all the work that was done that went into this, really the credit goes to the people who knew Hobie best and worked with him, lived with him, played with him, surfed with him, sailed with him. The city of Dana Point obviously has a long history going back with water sports. When we talk about surfing, before the harbor was built, everyone has heard, hopefully, of Killer Dana and knows what a great surf spot that was. So in the early days, we'll say 50s, 60s, surfing was really such a big part of this community that it drew people like Hobie Alter and all the other champion surfers that you heard of that were announced today. They all were here and they all came together. So it has to do with everything you might imagine: the geography, the water, the weather, the people. I served in the Marine Corps, and so I got to know this area. I got to know Camp Pendleton, so I fell in love with the area. I knew Dana Point, so when I got out of the Marine Corps, I knew there was one place that I wanted to make my home, and that was here in Dana Point. So I moved here with my family, got involved with the community. It's everything that I could hope for, and set down permanent roots here. And fortunate enough to now serve on the city council and serve as the mayor. We're very pleased as a city that this memorial is here in Dana Point. You can see again, we're standing in a park that we've unveiled this memorial. There's going to be other statues throughout the park. This is just one thing. Over here, we have a new housing going in, providing more access to the beach. You can see the bridge behind you, gives you good access to the beach here. There's a lot of great things happening in the city. The city is continuing to move forward and building on our heritage as a surf community, as a quintessential Southern California town.
Where we are celebrating the life of Hobie Alter, who is the inventor of the modern surfboard, the inventor of the Hobie Cat, which is what we see behind us, one of the largest selling boats of any kind of all time in all history. Besides him originating the modern skateboard, he also originated the modern surfboard with technology converting from old balsa, heavy balsa, to foam. We have Hobie to thank for it. And so today we're honoring Hobie. When I realized a couple of years ago when he passed that somebody needed to properly honor him, so we approached the city with the idea, and in time it built interest, and everybody realized it was the right thing to do. And here we are with the Hobie statue gracing Dana Point, giving credentials to the origin of modern surfing. All happened right here in Dana Point. Everybody thinks it was Huntington Beach or Seal Beach or one of those places. It was right here in Dana Point where it all started. This is Lance Jost, and you're watching me here at Planet X at the Hobie Memorial in Dana Point, California.
The statue was actually an idea from one of Hobie's friends, and just shortly after he passed away back in 2014, they came up with this idea of having a memorial. And so here we are about 3 years later, and they have a full-sized Hobie 14 with full-sized Hobie on there with a sail, all in bronze. It's astounding how they've done this whole thing. So the Hobie company started in 1996. And it actually started just close down the beach here. They put 6 brand new first production Hobie 14s on the beach at Pochi, and they sailed up here to Dana Point and back again. And that was really the genesis and the start of the Hobie Cat company. So we've been in business for, like 50 years and 4 months exactly. I happened to be around when he launched his Hobie 60 powerboat, and they had to bring this thing down through the middle of Dana Point and take it down to the harbor and put it in. And I just happened to be there when they pushed that off into the water and went out for the first time. That was pretty exciting. The company, as many companies do, has grown into a number of different product lines. We still do sailboats, we do surfboards, we do stand-up paddle boards, stand-up pedal boards, pedal kayaks, fishing kayaks, just all sorts of things. So we're kind of a multi-water sport company nowadays, worldwide. Hi, this is Doug, and you're watching Planet X.
Planet X TV.
Yeah, I back Surf Aid just because they're really making a really big difference, saving lives and improving lives in remote locations. Some of those locations are very near where we love to surf. Go check out Surf Aid at surfaid.org.
Planet X TV.
I'm here at the 50th anniversary of Hobie Cat. This is where it all began, right here in Dana Point. One of the most important things that the Hobie Memorial Fund or Foundation has done is to create this great memorial across the street over here. And what they have is a replica, a 14-foot Hobie Cat in bronze with Hobie sitting on it and sailing it off of a wave and into the Pacific Coast Highway. It's fabulous. It's something really special that the foundation has worked hard on to develop the look so that we'll maintain that cultural idea where people will drive by every day and remember Hobie and Hobie Cats.
Well, Hobie Altar means a lot to this community. And so the idea was brought up by all the people who know Hobie, who worked with him, who I want to say grew up with him in building his business here. And they came up with this idea to honor him because he's such a big part of this city. So went out with the idea, had to raise money, had to pitch the idea, and worked very hard to make it a reality. Got the support of all the people you saw here today, a lot of private donors, also the city, but all the work that was done that went into this, really the credit goes to the people who knew Hobie best and worked with him, lived with him, played with him, surfed with him, sailed with him.
Wayne Schaefer and Hobie, they took this around the world. They gave sailing to a lot of other countries, a lot of world places that sailing wasn't even available, and they developed this Hobie regatta concept, and it's just a wonderful day. This is part of the Hobie Foundation here today. We're celebrating Hobie and celebrating the culture that he gave us here in Southern California. It was developed here on Poche Beach, and it's just a special day. People from all over the world will be interested in what happened here today.
So the Hobie company started in 1996, and it actually started just close down the beach here. They put 6 brand new first production Hobie 14s on the beach at Poche, and they sailed up here to Dana Point and back again, and that was really the genesis and the start of the Hobie Cat company. So we've been in business for like 50 years and 4 months exactly.
I think the brand, they got into kayaks real heavy with the Hobie Cat company, and you see a lot of fishing kayaks. It's gotten really popular for them. They have a pedal drive system, the Mirage Drive they call it, and that's been incredibly popular. That was not designed by my father, but designed by some other great engineers at Hobie Cat. And they just kind of keep looking for good lifestyle, fun products that sort of fit the mold of the brand.
The company, as many companies do, has grown into a number of different product lines. We still do sailboats, we do surfboards, we do stand-up paddle boards, stand-up pedal boards, pedal kayaks, fishing kayaks, just all sorts of things. So we're kind of a multi-water sport company nowadays, worldwide.
Well, the Hobie Cat's kind of become a great recreational boat for hotels and not only private owners, but most hotels that you go to, resorts, will have a couple Hobie Cats and paddle boards that you can rent out for the day, and it's just been kind of a staple resort item that has worked really well. Some of the newer Hobie Cats, they have made them out of rotomolded products that's a little more durable for that recreational market, but they still make high-end fiberglass product for the more the racing and high-end market.
Hi, this is Doug, and you're watching Planet X.
Planet X TV.
If you wish to appear on Planet X TV, or to get more information, please email us at info@planetx.tv.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah.
And we're here for the Hobie Memorial, which is a foundation that helps perpetuate the Hobie legacy to be able to help younger kids in sailing, help other people and scholarships and different things. So the Hobie Memorial Foundation is a very important part of keeping the culture and the Hobie flame alive. Because you know what? All these people that are here today, they're all having a Hobie day. And also part of the day today was to run into a lot of people from International Surf Properties. International Surf Properties have been very active with the culture of surfing in and around the world. We want to make sure that the surfing culture is alive and well cared for and shared. It's really important that here in California is the birthplace of the surf culture, and now we're trying to spread it around the world through ISP, International Surf Properties, which is a great, great organization.
What's PT up to these days? Well, he's been living in China most of the time, helping develop the Chinese surfing program, with one day hoping they can get in the Olympics, because in China, being in the Olympics is everything. So that's what I've been up to for the last couple of years. Wan Chung Lung means get a good wave.
I had a great time right here in Dana Point, and where are we? Right here on Planet X!